Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Yoga Infusion. Today's class is another one of our wrist-free series. We've done a few of them, a few wrist-free classes over the years because I tend to have some pain in my left wrist. These days it tends to show up as a weird pain in my right hand. So the point of that is that sometimes we can't do planks. So these classes are classes for when maybe you can't put weight on your hands, but you can still use your hands in some way. If you can't use one of your arms at all, feel free to modify, just skip the poses where we're using it, find your way back to child's pose, and catch up with us at a later point in the class. But this class in particular is a wrist-free flow for flexibility. So we'll be really working on flexibility of the whole body. It'll be a little bit of a slow flow, nothing too crazy, especially if we're hurt. Maybe we don't want anything too dramatic. So when you're ready, I'll meet you on the mat. So we'll begin today in Tadasana. Feet hip distance apart, heels directly behind the widest part of the foot. Keep a micro bend in the knee so you can get a little bit of a bounce in there. Roll the shoulders back and down, palms facing the front of the mat, and close the eyes. Take a moment here to draw the attention inward, to draw the breath fully into the body, allowing the day thus far to drop away. Turning the focus away from the external and to the internal. Taking stock of how your body and your mind feel today. What is it like to be alive in your body today? Lightly engage the core, dip the chin, lengthen the back of the neck. Take a deep breath in through the nose, open the mouth, sigh it out. Relax the shoulders, inhale once more through the nose, open mouth, release the day thus far, last one. Good, that feels good. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, draw prayer to heart center. Keeping the eyes closed. Inhale, swoop the arms up to the sky. Exhale, draw the prayer to heart. Inhale, reach. Grow taller. Exhale, bring that energy with the hands into the center of your being. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, draw it down. Last one. Inhale, reach. And this time, as you draw prayer to heart center, micro bend in the knees, forward fold. Let the crown of the head be heavy. Maybe clasp opposite elbows above the head if you're able to today. Everyone has a different situation going on with their hands, their wrists, their arms. So modify according to your body's needs. Dip the chin, crown of head aims towards the mat. Sway left and right, releasing the spine. And then deeply bend the knees, release the arms, dip the chin into the chest, and roll super slowly all the way back up to standing. Inhale, reach, and exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale now, taking the weight onto the right leg, draw the left knee up towards the chest, hooking the left knee in with the hands if possible. Ground down through that right foot. Keep a micro bend in that right knee though. Find your balance. And then release the left leg, step it back to high lunge, and then gently bring the left knee to the mat, low lunge. You can take your right hand to your right hip, reach up and over, side bend, palm down, shoulder away from the ears. Inhale, come back up, take the left hand to right knee, right hand reaches back to the left thigh, twist. Maybe look over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center, right hand to right knee now, left hand to left thigh, twist the other way, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, back to center, take the hands to the hips, flip the left toes under, step it back to high lunge, and come back to the front of the mat, Tadasana. So we won't be really using our hands too much, they're more for support today. So I'll be cueing them, where I place them, but feel free to put them wherever they need to be for your body. So ground down now through the left leg, draw the right knee up towards the chest, maybe hook the hands around the knee, find your balance. And micro bend in the left knee, step the right foot back, high lunge, and then gently drop the right knee to the mat, low lunge. Left hand to left hip, reach up and over with the right hand, right arm, pinky leading, palm down, shoulder away from the ears. Create a line of energy from that right toe all the way to the right fingertips. Send the breath into the spaces where you feel sensation, send light and energy. Inhale. Don't lose your balance. Inhale, come back up. Take the right hand to the right knee now. Left hand to left thigh, twist. Maybe look over the left shoulder. Inhale, back up. Other direction, twist. Come back. Take the hands to the hips, flip the right toes under, press it back to high lunge, and then step to the front of the mat, Tadasana. Great job. Ground down through the right foot now. Inhale, draw the left knee up into the chest. Finding that balance. Now take the right hand to the left knee, reach the left hand back, twist. Micro bend in the right knee for balance. We don't want to ever lock out the joints. If you lose your balance, that's okay. Just come back to it. Grow taller through the crown of the head. And come back to center. Release the leg, step it back. High lunge. Right hand to right hip, reach up and over. With the left arm, maybe look under the left shoulder. Long line of energy from the left heel to the left fingertips. So this class is all about flexibility, but it really also is just a really nice feel-good class. Inhale, come back up, take the left hand to the right knee, right hand to left thigh, twist. Inhale, back to center, other way twist. Open hip twist. Ooh, my balance is off today. That's okay. And come back. Whew. Bend the left knee, step it forward to Tadasana at the front of the mat. Some days, your balance is better than other days. Today, we're going to have fun. Micro bend through the left leg, really press down through the left foot. Draw the right knee in towards the chest. Find the balance. And then take the right knee into the left hand, reach the right hand back. Maybe look over the right shoulder, twist. Inhale, grow taller through the crown of the head. And exhale, come back towards the front of the mat. Try not to lose your balance. And then step it back. High lunge. Press the right heel away from you, left knee over left ankle, left hand on the hip, reach up and over with the right hand. Rainbow the body, side bend. Maybe look under the right shoulder. Bend a little deeper in the left leg. Awesome. Inhale, come back up. Right hand to left knee, left hand to right thigh, twist. Inhale through center, open, twist the other way. Awesome. Come back to center, bend the right leg, step it forward to Tadasana at the front of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up above the head. Exhale, chair. Sink the hips deeper, engage the core, tailbone moves towards the space between the heels, lift the torso. Hands can, of course, be on the hips as well. Inhale, press back up, draw the left knee into the chest. And yogi's choice, we can stay in the variation we just finished in that twist, or try to grab the left big toe with your right peace fingers, so index, middle, and thumb. Straighten the left leg, reach back with the left arm, twist. This is just the next bus stop on the list. Don't need to get off here. Could have got off on the last bus stop. That's fine. Inhale, come back to center. Bend the left leg, step it back. High lunge. Strong high lunge. Maybe bend the left knee, bring the hips underneath the shoulders, engage the core, and then re-straighten through the left leg. Hands where they fall, maybe on the hips, maybe at prayer, maybe above the head. Awesome. Now hop the left foot in, maybe halfway, so that you can bring your left heel onto the mat. Right toes are still forward, square the hips. Hinge at the hips, so engage the core, dip the chin, keep a flat back. Hinge at the hips, come as far forward as you can, and then bring the hands down onto the mat, or onto blocks, or onto your shin for extended side stretch. Keep a micro bend in the front leg. Press the right hip back, left hip forward. Try to square the hips best you can. Keep a flat back. And come back to the breath. Using the breath to release the muscles, release the body. Continue to press the right hip back, left hip forward. You'll notice that you try to booty pop out to the right in this case, so draw the navel in, draw the left hip forward, really try to press that right femur back into the socket. Dip the chin to lengthen the back of the neck. And now stay here if you'd like, or if you'd like to deepen it, take the left hand to either the left of the foot or onto the foot or the shin, and reach the right arm up to the sky. You can also use a block here as well. Definitely recommended, feels great. Revolve triangle pose. Reach up and overhead. And plant the palms. Come back into your pyramid pose. Again, you don't need to have the weight on the hands so much. Come onto the fingertips, right? It's just for balance. Step the left foot forward. Sink the hips. Come on up. Chair at the front of the mat. Engage the core. Lift the torso. Look down and make sure that you can see your toes. Awesome. Straighten through the legs. Draw the right knee into the chest. Checking on those bus stops. So either stay here, don't do anything, or take the right knee in the left hand and twist. Or the final bus stop of the day is take the right big toe with the left peace fingers, straighten the leg, And see if you can twist and look over the right shoulder. Micro bend in the left leg. Feel like a nice stretch in the right hip. Awesome. Come forward, rebend, step it back, high lunge. That was a toughie. That was a toughie. Okay. Press the right heel away from you, left knee over left ankle. Lengthen the tailbone towards the mat. Try your best, of course, with the right leg back. You can't quite get a neutral pelvis, but the point is to give it a shot. Awesome. Now hop the right foot in, maybe halfway. Bring the right heel to the mat. Square the hips forward. You might need to take a wider stance, left to right. Engage the core. Micro bend in the left knee. Hinge at the hips. So keep that flat back, and once you've hinged as far as you can go, you can drop the hands either onto blocks, to your shin, to the mat. Dip the chin, keep a flat back. So no rounding in the back to try to get closer to the foot. No, 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 no. Flat back. Press the left hip back, right hip forward. Engage the core. And you'll notice that as you breathe, and you send your breath and your energy into the places that you're stretching, you'll be able to get a little bit deeper over time. Because your muscles will begin to know that this is in fact a safe place, because your breath is telling it so. Telling them so, your muscles, that is. Awesome. Option to stay here, or we're going to go into that twist, the revolve triangle. So either right hand on the mat, maybe on the shin, maybe on a block, and reach the left arm up to the sky. Continue to press that left hip back, right hip forward, micro bend in the knees, shoulder blades squeeze toward one another. And release. Come back to extended side stretch. Step the right leg forward now to the front of the mat. Sink the hips. Come on up. Chair. Engage the core. Lift the torso. Weight in the heels. And press it up to Tadasana. Excellent job. Now take a big step to the side of the mat. Toes facing at an angle. Almost like you're going to go into plie, but we're not, because this is a flexibility class, not a strength class. So bend through the right leg, taking your hands as though you're going to draw on the ground. So we're not really going to we'll touch the ground if you can, otherwise you can stay up higher. Keep your core engaged, press the booty back. Bend the right leg, and then the left leg. And imagine that you're drawing figure eights in the sand. Keep that booty back. Keep that core engaged. Fluidly, slowly moving left and right. Drawing your figure eight in the sand or the snow or whatever you envision here that makes you happy. Couple more. Last time. And come to the right. Sink deeper into that lunge. Lift the left toes off the mat. Come into your side lunge. You can keep your right heel on the mat or come onto the right toes. However feels best to you. I find that with the weight on the heels, I don't need to use my hands as much. So flex the left foot, sink into the right hip. Maybe take the hands around and clasp, if that's in your practice. Otherwise, stay at a place that feels good and beneficial for you. Release, switch sides. You might notice there's a difference in the sides. That's to be expected. Flex the right toes towards the sky. The side feels much tighter. Weight in the left heel, maybe clasp. And release. Straighten both legs now. Toes just slightly in, heels out, forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Keep a micro bend in the knees. Crown of the head yearns towards the mat. Shoulders glide down the spine. Take your hands over to your right ankle, torso twists to the right side. And left. Back to center, bring the knees to the mat. Take them wide. Arch side of the foot on the mat. You can roll up a mat or a blanket here to support the knees. Calves parallel, hips in line with the knees, so your legs should be at a 90-degree angle. Come down onto your forearms. And we'll stay here for a few long, deep breaths. Frog pose, stretching the groin, the inner thighs. Continue to send the breath to the places where you feel the most sensation, reminding your body that it is safe to release those holds, the habitual holding patterns that we get stuck in from a lifetime of holding in these positions, from fear, from trauma, from habit. Let's change these things up. Five more breaths. Long and slow. And walk the hands back in. Bring the toes together. Keep the knees apart. Sink into a wide-legged child's pose. Forehead to the mat. Index fingers and thumb above the head in a diamond shape. And walk the hands back in. Come to sit between the heels, so knees pointing directly in front of you. You can also, of course, grab a block like I am going to do. I have a twinge in my knee currently, so I'm not going to push it here today, because pushing it is never a good idea, especially with the knees. Don't push the knees. Knees are very important. All right, so sit on your block if you have one, if that's where we're at today. If you do not have a twinge in your knee, you can sit between the heels and also choose to walk back onto the forearms or all the way down onto your back. I will stay right here on my block. Releasing through the quads, hip flexors. Wherever you are, walk it back up to an upright position. Remove the block if you were using it and come to sit on your bum. Take the legs wide now. Heels on the mat, toes facing up. Ground down through the sits bones. You can always sit on a block here as well. Just make sure that you sit on the very tip of the block. So you're tipping forward on the block. And then walk your hands forward, maybe, if that feels good to you. Keep the back long, chin dipped, wide-legged forward fold. Flex the toes towards the sky, ground down through the thighs. And walk it back up. Take the legs together now. Flex the feet towards the sky. Inhale, reach, grow taller. Exhale, forward fold in the direction of the feet. You can keep the knees bent, sit on a block or a bolster. Try to keep the back flat at first. And once you feel like maybe you want to make this more of a relaxing pose, once you've got the flat back and you've really got into that stretch, then you can maybe release the forehead down, allow the back to round, making it more restorative instead of active. That's okay, you can do that. That feels good too. On your next inhale, walk the hands back up. Take the right foot into the, left foot into the right thigh. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Savasana. Inhale, walk it back up. Switch sides, left leg long, right foot now into the left thigh. Inhale, reach to the sky, flex the left foot. Exhale, fold. Again, noticing how one side might be different. That's fine. And to be expected. There's no such thing as symmetry in nature. Not really, not truly. Inhale, walk it back up. Take the right foot now to the outside of the left knee. Ground down through the right big toe. Reach the right hand behind you. Maybe put it on a block if you've got that block there. Inhale, reach, and exhale, hug the right knee with the left elbow. Flex the left foot, engage the left leg, maybe look over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center and let's switch sides. Right leg long, left foot on the outside of the right knee, press down through the left big toe. Reach the left arm back and around. Right arm reaches to the sky. And then hook that right elbow to the left knee. Flex the right foot. Engage through the right leg. And maybe look over the left shoulder. And release. Roll down onto your back. Take both knees into the chest. Gently roll to the left and the right. Massage the lower back. Maybe take the knees in some circles, really massaging the lower back. Other direction. And take the left leg long, draw the right knee in towards the chest, and then out in the direction of the right armpit. Flex through the left foot. Ground down through that left leg. And you can stay here or take the outer edge of the right foot into the hand, half happy baby. Flex the right foot towards the sky. Really press down through that left heel. And release the foot. Draw the right knee over towards the left side, supine twist. Right shoulder to the mat. Maybe look over the right shoulder if it feels good in your neck. Come back through center. Take the right leg long now. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. Really ground down through that right leg. Press the right heel into the mat. Bring the left knee in towards the left armpit now. Flex the right foot toward the ceiling. And if it feels comfortable, take the outer edge of the left foot in the hand, half happy baby. Really press down through that right hip. You can take your hand to the hip to help support. And release the foot. Draw the left knee over the body now. Supine twist. Move back through center. Take both legs long. Let the hands fall out to the left and right. Take up space. Take the whole mat, more than the mat. Shimmy the shoulders up underneath the heart space. Take a big breath in through the nose. Really filling up the lungs and the ribs and the heart space with air. And then open mouth, exhale. Let the back sink into the mat. Again, like this. Inhale through the nose, really puffing up the torso like a balloon. And open the mouth. Allow the body to become heavier. Last time, biggest breath you've taken all day. And release. Now let the breath go. And take the time now to rest in Savasana, corpse pose. Take up this space. Take up this time. This time is for you to heal, to recalibrate, to reset. So I encourage you to stay here for as long as you're able. And I will see you next time with our next class together. From my heart to yours, namaste.